Okay, it's a book review. This is Training for the Uphill Athlete, a manual for mountain runners and ski mountaineers by Steve House, Scott Johnston, Kilian, Jornet. You can get it for about $30 on Amazon, probably a little bit less if you found a used copy. As the name and cover imply, this is geared towards runners or uphill skiers or just anyone who is trying to move through mountainous terrain more quickly. However, I think this would be a really great book for pretty much any runner who is looking to step up their game, and over the next couple of minutes I'm going to explain why I think that. So the book is broken down into 4 sections. They are the physiological basis of endurance training, the methodological basis of endurance training. After that is strength and the uphill athlete, and then finally how to train. In the first 2 sections, you're learning what kind of optimal biochemistry and biomechanics looks like in your muscle cells and throughout your entire body. And then you're also learning training principles that will allow you to optimize your endurance performance, whether that's trail running or uphill skiing. And it's in these first 2 sections that I think there's a lot of material that could be widely valuable to runners outside of just the mountain trail ultra scene. Over half the pages in the book are dedicated to the fundamentals, and it really does a good job of explaining those physiological fundamentals in a way that doesn't require, a degree in some sort of science to understand. Yes, it's written in the context of training for an uphill event, but that doesn't stop the physiology from being applicable to running a road marathon or a fast 5K on the track or anything like that. Section 3 is dedicated to strength, and I really love this section because, again, it kind of gives some theoretical background that is applicable, I think, to all runners, not just uphill trail skier type athletes. The difference between general and specific strength, and explanation of running economy and muscular endurance, etc., things like that. And then it lays out how to test, where your current weaknesses lie, and helps you develop a routine, a strength routine to shore up those weaknesses. And the last section is all about how to train. This is essentially putting everything together and helping you figure out how to structure, your seasons of training for different build-ups and key races. There are even chapters for things that are specific to skimo or mountain running. They're a really complete guide that would allow you to basically write your own training plan. I know, a lot of people work with a coach, but this is kind of a complete guide on how you might go about developing your training as a runner, being self-coached, at least giving you kind of a background in the fundamentals to get started doing that in a way that, is productive. Finally, the last thing that's really great about this book is the athlete stories that are kind of scattered throughout the book. They have several short essays in each chapter that are written by well-known uphill athletes like Dakota Jones, Chrissy Mell, Mike Foote, Claire Gallagher, Emily Forsberg, and Kilian even writes about the roots of his athleticism, as well as, provides various notes throughout the book, kind of giving his insights into the various topics that are covered. Overall, I'd give this book a 10 out of 10. It's really changed how I viewed my own training, as well as the training of the athletes that I coach. It's a great resource, not just for mountain ultra trail runners, but really any runner